Well, I don't know if anybody's out there. We just let a couple people get in. Welcome, Q2CAST TV, Man with the show. If you haven't, and I'm sorry for the weirdness of this look here, especially the beard look. Um, we've been doing a lot of work. And if you notice, the orientation is a little different because we are in a new studio. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Right over here, and we'll switch this up a little bit. Let's get this right. This little mess that's in here, we're going to walk it in. But let me show you first one thing. We got a great view. We got a great view on there. When the trees are down, you can see Manhattan. And in this room right here is going to be our new studio. That's right. This is going to be our new studio facility. It is a mess right now because we're just unpacking, pulling out the wires and everything. Let me just go over here. We can sit down a little bit and we can have a little talk. Also got a great view on my end. My apologies there. Let me just make a little room here for the camera. Let's switch this back up. And I don't know if there's a lot of you out there watching, but here's the thing. We have took some time, and this is why everything has been upside down. It's been crazy. That's why there's not that many shows. What we've done was, we as a company, well, as a channel, as a studio, we made a major investment. And the place where we were at wasn't the greatest place as far as for a production studio. The place where we were at, wiring was a lot older. We couldn't really, unless we pumped a lot of money into the place, we wouldn't, it would take years before we would get, everything back to the way it was. And, one thing when you're a YouTuber, you got to build everything right. And, and this is coming from someone who worked in public access for many years now. And the thing about it is that you look into the perspective that, I'm just popping over here just one second. Just making sure we are okay on this, because I should be coming up live on here. Hopefully we are live. I'm not seeing too many people pop on, but it's okay. But as we're recording this, yeah, like I said, in the old place, it wasn't there. And this is from someone who's worked in public access for many years. And the buildings we were in were in not the greatest shape in the world, but we were able to wire it properly and maintain what was going on at that same period of time. And how can we put this? It just came to a breaking point. It came to a boiling point. And we just said, we got to do something about this. So there was some issues and stuff like that. And my wife stepped in to help. And the thing is that there was a lot of situations that was going on with her, which I'm not going to go through with this. But I'll tell you this, it was, to do this, and this is why it took so long, it was a nightmare, because literally there were some things we had to take care of. There were some situations we had to take care of. Basically, there were another property that was also part of the situation that we were in. And basically, when you look toward everything that was going on, we were just literally swimming. We're just really, truly swimming to the nature on this. And we went through an insanity right now that literally part of it was we were dealing with squatters for quite some time now. Yeah, it's because we had to get rid of our old property so we can get into this little new gem that we are. And the thing about it is we are further up than where we are. We're not street level. So basically, from a security point of view, not well secured. And that was one of the things I had a big problem with, because our setup was pretty much toward the front of the structure. And because of that, what can I say? The way the build, you just literally can look in and just see us during the shows. And we did not want that at this time period. We're not Fox, we're not NBC, we're not ABC. We're not going to have windows, people peeking in on what we are doing. And oh my God, I look horrible. I need a shave. The category that goes with all of this that's going on right now. Hang on one second. I just want to click on here. All of this that's going on. Yep, there we go. And what happens and what to the situation is, from a security point of view, we just couldn't have that. We just couldn't have that at all. So that was one of the things on there. The other half of this is, like I said, it was the electric and the wiring and stuff like that. I mean, we had great internet. I have to thank FiOS out there for great internet on there. I mean, this facility now, our hookup is even better. And in fact, because we have part of the other half of this facility is our home. And basically, we hooked up, we switched out from the old cable boxes. And the one thing with the FiOS, we went straight from that to the new streaming boxes, which is brand new for FiOS. In fact, I had two technicians, and I got to thank them. I have to really thank them, Raymond and John out there. They hooked me up real good, because basically, there was a lot to put into it. But once the setup was done, which was, once they hooked in, they were able to put everything else together. The way the new streaming boxes work is it's built-in Chromecast. The second box, which is in the bedroom area, is not wired in. It is literally just wireless. So it's a signal that's being sent from the wired box to the wireless box. So it's pretty cool. The other half is because it has Chromecast, you can send stuff from your phone.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Yeah, and I forgot to turn that off. I do apologize for that. Get a couple of weird sounds that are going on. The system itself, once it's all together with the Chromecast and all that, you still got the cable. You still have your cable channels, but also you can flip out to apps. So, like, if you don't have, excuse me, if you don't have a smart TV, if you have an older set, not too old, a couple of years old, that doesn't have a smart features on them, which why you don't have a smart TV. In fact, if you have a smart TV, it will still work with it. Basically, you don't need to use it. The streaming box will take care of all your apps, Netflix, Prime, and all that. It's a quick, easy. If it doesn't have the app, you can send it from your phone, from your tablet, directly into Chromecast and watch it on there. So far, I've had no problems. I've had no problems with it. Now, from the Wi-Fi point of view to this situation, it's working out. I mean, right now, let me just put it on there. We're still trying to put the computer together. Oh man, let's do that right. We're still trying to put the computer together. Oh, there's my juice. Um, there's still a lot of wiring that basically that needs to be done. Plain and simple, it just needs to be done. Um, it's a lot of headaches. It's on there. I have a couple of friends that are going to help a little bit to that. I have to order some new wiring to the nature. But once we have this set up and furniture, there are going to be two levels, and I can't show you the other section out there yet because it's just literally boxes right now at the moment. We're still unpacking. Thank God for my wife. She's done a fantastic job of unpacking us. But we still got a lot there. Mr. J, the producer, our little producer, he's getting used to it. He's having fun back and forth. What he can do, you know him if you've seen, if you're, watched this show before. But like I said, there are going to be some stuff out there, and that's going to be the Man Cafe. Once that's set up. Of course, for those of you who are watching on the other green side, which is Rumble, we'll be doing some Man Cafe, and hopefully we'll be doing here on YouTube as well. And we'll be able to bring people in. We'll be able to do more live feeds to this nature. There's a lot that's going on. Now, as far as programming, you're going to be starting this coming week. You will see an increase. We have several. Let's pull this up on my screen here, which I can't do it on yours right now because, like I said, we're not set up completely. Hang on a minute here. Where are we? Oh, we're on the wrong site. Firefox. Yes, that's it. We're on Firefox now. Okay. On the dashboard. Here we go. Now, normally, like our last story, we did the Supernatural with basically that the music rights for the first season is not available. We also did the Disney Plus. Is about to lose the streaming wars. In fact, I think we should be getting those next numbers very soon on that. But what we got coming up this week, this is starting on June 3rd. We have if you haven't seen this, the Subway, the guy was throwing like these little mini Molotov cocktails at people. The guy got burnt. We have that. We have a new story with Red Dwarf because of new episodes that are coming. We also have Kanye West. This was a delayed one because we were shuffling around the stories to keep us going, to keep us going on the algorithm. He's about to get into the porn industry. Yeah, he's about to get into that. And then there is the multi-million-dollar bust in Brooklyn, which they found a cannabis distribution center. Do you believe that? Right here in New York City. Cannabis distribution center that was funneling out cannabis, edibles, vape pens and stuff like that to bodegas and smoke shops. How many of those are still lurking? And here's part of the story. They got it by accident. They were responding to a burglary, and they stumbled on this side. And then we have two other stories, a Toho story coming up also, and a story out of Spain about the Socialist Party. That basically they're running the government now. That they're trying to recriminalize sex work. It's not a good thing. But that's all coming up next week. We got a lot more that's coming that we're working on. We're just, like I said, we're just getting our feet dipped back into this. I mean, we are still on the laptop, and it's been okay with the laptop. You can see my hair is all a mess. I only just got going a little while ago. Because there's a lot more, because put it to this perspective that basically we still have to do a lot to the house part of this. facility. And then this room itself, like I said, it's a nice little room. I got air conditioning, everything is set up. It's a good size for what we need. And basically, the other half of it, and the other half that was a major problem, and you may have heard it while we record, on our recordings, is the noise. Yes, that's right. I mean, you're hearing something now. That's the air conditioner blowing now. It's a very warm day. It's a Saturday. If you're watching this today, let me take a swig of this. Ugh. No, it's not liquor. It's just juice. Yes, I know you're waiting for me to say something about Nick Rekieta. I'm not even going to really jump into that, but I hope that Nick and his family get the help that they really, truly need out there, because that's the one thing they're not really talking about. Some people are, but a lot of people are talking constitutionality and stuff like that. He needs help. Plain and simple. Family needs help. Let's get them the help they need. Enough said. Plus, a lot else is going on. Gavin McInnes talking about anime fans are cheese pizza. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, I was listening to that. I hear that every once in a while. I'm almost in my 60s. I'm 57 now. Yeah, 57. Did I get the number? Yeah, I got the number. And I've been watching anime since the late 70s. It's not that way. It's really not that way. And for those who criticize it, there was a lot of Western cartoons that were animated by the Japanese. So put that on there. And remember, a lot of the anime out there were created by women as well. Like Full Metal Alchemist. And there's some of the voices, women voices. Goku in Japanese is a woman. This is the things that do it. I mean, some of them are clicking for points. Some of them are just insane when they say these things, and I hear it every time. So we discussed the Vice thing, that situation. But we're going to look into a lot that is going on, especially what's been going on here in New York. And here's the major thing about it. This is why we did this move as well. For all the reasons that I've told it, the major reason that we did this is we are staying. We are not going anywhere. We're staying right here in NYC. And you may say, why are you doing this, madman? Why are you staying here in New York? Well, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's been saying, get the hell out of New York. Tim Pool's been saying, get out of the major cities. Why? Why should we? Why not stay and vote these people out? Why not stay and voice our opinions? This is our homes. We pay the taxes. We do the shopping around here. We bolster the economy in this city besides the tourists. We're here on Staten Island. This is why Staten Island wants to succeed from New York City. Because on there, let's see, the Gaming Clips says, hi, hello, how are you doing out there? Thanks for tuning in on there. If you're just catching up to what we're watching, new studio, new home, thanks for tuning in. But like I said, this is why we're staying here. This is a major city. Everything is here. What you could think of. I've lived in other cities. I've lived in Jersey. I lived down south in Florida. Nothing is like New York. Nothing. You might go to California. You might go to Texas. I was born and raised here. It's damn straight that I'm going to give up our home just because you got these crazy politicians that they just want to do damage to the city. The most important thing out there,
wait a minute,
is
something ain't right.
Basically, we have to vote. That's important. We have to show up to and speak our piece to all these city functions and stuff like that, that is telling people that, we got problems. One story that we've been carrying on this channel, and we're going to continue, is over in Queens at the Roosevelt Avenue. The prostitution, the illegal sale of the stuff that's been shoplifted from stores, Home Depot, all that's been done, and basically, that's being sold on the streets of Queens. And then you have Social Security, green cards, passports, driver's license being sold on the streets. This is a territory that belongs to AOC. And AOC, sorry to shift and adjust this chair, I have to get a new chair. AOC has not really shown her face in this. And this is the woman that was criticizing Trump, is saying, oh, yeah, he's bringing in people from outside into the Bronx and stuff like that. She has a part of the district in the Bronx. But has she visited there? No. No, she's been sticking close to D.C. Ask the people that live in these territories that she handles. They're going to tell you, no, she hasn't been here. We've been covering that for quite some time. The other thing we're covering, and we're going to have a story out there, is you've been wondering about, if those of you who've been watching for the Mercedes Carrera updates, we do have an update coming up. Yeah, there is going to be a continuance on there, and this is going to go through the summer. We're going to go through another year. This is going to end up in year 6 to this situation. And it's not good. It's really, truly not good in itself, because you got people going, well, she did wrong, says, but yet she hasn't had her day at court. What does that sound like? And I tell people, when they're looking at this, I'm just trying to see if there's anything updating from that trial. Nothing updated as of yet. And we're checking off on XBiz on there for you. But you have situations where courts have been violating the Constitution. We've seen it most recently here in New York. Alvin Bragg and the judge there, that is just been the sitting judge that has been handling this. People don't realize. I mean, hey, listen. If you don't like the guy, that's fine. That's your opinion. But you don't violate the Constitution just to run him out of town. You don't do that. You don't put someone in jail because you don't like him. You don't like his politics. That's third world dictatorship. Do you not understand that? That is third world dictatorship. People have been saying, there's a great country, it's all that. I've seen some videos recently, and there are people that, they're saying that they're going back to Africa. They're going back to Africa. They're tired of living here in the United States. They want to go back to Africa. You want to do it, that's fine. I'll tell you straight out, it's not, there may be one or two that might fetch out pretty well, but there's been some videos out there that, people are returning back because it is a different world out there. Try getting a package from Amazon somewhere in Africa. It's very difficult. You might say, well, they do it. They say, yeah, but here's the problem. There are no true addresses on these homes. People don't realize that. Fast food chains, you don't have a mixture of food there. I mean, you can get something close to it. You might find somewhere you can get a pizza, you might get a burger, something of that nature, but not readily that way you can just cross the street and do that. And here's the other thing. Coming from someone whose family came from the Caribbean. Yeah, my parents are from Puerto Rico. I consider myself American, of a Puerto Rican descent, but I'm still an American. Would I move to Puerto Rico, to the situation? Beautiful place in that? No, not really. It's a beautiful place to live, but it, I wouldn't be comfortable. And that's the thing about it is it's a different situation. The same thing, Dominican Republic, Cuba, people do that. And same thing, Africa. You're gonna go there, you're not gonna like it. Because they say, well, I gotta do my African roots. Most people don't realize is during the slave trade, the people that were sold to slaves were sold by other Africans and pushed out because they were not wanted. Remember that. Remember that thought. Remember that thought. Because most people think that it was like the Spaniards went in there, the British, they went into deep into the Congo. No, they didn't survive going in there. What they did was the tribes would come outward and bring slaves to the ships there. They would sell it to the Muslims. They would sell it to the Portuguese. They would sell it, sell it to anyone that would come to the ports. To go home, it's not your home. Your home is here. Your home is here in the United States. This is your home. You're an American. You may not like some of the things that have happened. You may not like some of the laws that have been going on. You may not like how you might have been treated by a police officer. But here's the thing. Understand that there are laws on the books. If for example, if a policeman violate that law, there are ways of confronting this. But also remember, think of what you've done, and you might say, well, I didn't do anything on all that. But the attitude that you gave to that police officer made it dangerous. And that's what people do. I see these videos all the time. I see them all the freaking time. Where the people are resisting and resisting and resisting. Hello, officer. What can I do for you today? Is there a problem? License and registration. Sure, no problem. People get to the point where they hear these stories, about all these situations on there. But you know what it is? The media crunches all these up all together. When you look outward to the true crimes, what's been going on, those are the crimes that are not discussed. What's going on in our urban parts of our cities, in minority areas. The area where I was in before moving into here it is a mixture here too, but there are a lot more Asians in this particular part of town. The area I was in and Asians were moving into my last place, but it was mostly black, Hispanic, not too many whites. I mean, if you go down a block or two in east, north a bit, you'll find, in that category, but mostly what you'll find where I was mostly Hispanic and black. Crime rate was high. Now, the block I was in was okay for years. Now, believe it or not, the last couple of weeks that we were there was a lot of crime. There were a lot of fights and situations. People were smoking marijuana heavily. And you say, well, marijuana is legal. Have you seen what's been going on? Have you really seen? I mean, we have a congressman that up in the Senate, up in Albany, that wants to push for mushrooms. They're going to continue pushing more drugs, legalizing drugs, and that's not a good thing. I told you we had a story coming out. The distribution center that they just found with illegal stuff. A lot of it was from China. Think about that. But as I said, we're Americans. We live here. As a New Yorker, if we give up, let's put it this way, if we give up the city, what's going to happen when most of the people that have left the city doesn't come back? That basically everyone just packs up and leave. You got an empty city. Look what has happened in Detroit. That's the perfect example. Detroit is the perfect example of what, you're going to have an empty city. Buildings are going to be rotting. I mean, you're already, if you look up and down Fifth Avenue, there's a lot of stores gone. You look downtown in the village, a lot of stores are gone. And they just to continue to change situations, like the congested pricing. Right now, there's a lawsuit coming in. We got another story on that too. The trucking industry is now going to sue the MTA now to stop this congested pricing because on their end it violates the Constitution. And we'll discuss that on another edition on there. But let's see, what is it? 4:03 p.m. We'll go for a little bit longer here. And just want to let you guys know, we're about a little over 1,085 subscribers. If you haven't yet, hit the button right below there. Hit it right now. It helps us move up the algorithm. Also, remember, we also have it listed below in the description. Basically, well, actually, I have to put it in the description for this one. But if you check out all the descriptions or on the main site itself, we do have a t-shirt store, a gear store. Right now, we extended the 10% off because we were not fully online, so there's an additional 10% off. That's going to continue through June. July 4th, we're probably going to be doing some things for back to school. Hopefully, we'll be able to get that up and going, but I don't know. It's a little tough right now. We might miss the mark on that. We did it last year. But we missed the mark we might miss the mark this year, but hopefully we will have Christmas and Thanksgiving also specials on that. Yeah, I'm talking Christmas and Thanksgiving. Look at it. It's not even, we're just hitting June. We're hitting June, and I'm talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas. But that's what you got to do. You have to be ahead. When people criticize department stores saying, gee, why do they have already the Valentine's Day cards already in December and January? Because basically it's only February that you have to deal with it. And the same thing with Christmas. They start lining up Christmas in September and October. They only had November and December to get rid of the merchandise. People just don't think that's the situation. You got about, technically a little over 60 days to get rid of the merch. But getting back, New York has been such a good place for me. I've been to Coney Island, I've been to Midland Beach, South Beach, which is here in Staten Island. We got a great mall here in Staten Island. They've rebuilt it. It's really nice. Got a movie theater. I think Dave & Buster's is still in there. We got, actually, BJ Wholesalers is moving to Staten Island. We got some was it H Mart, I think it's called? It's a Chinese grocery store. They just opened up. It's like a chain of them. They've opened up here. We have new supermarkets coming, liquor stores. Yeah, we got more liquor stores coming. We lost Boston Market out here. And it's not as good as it used to be, but we had a couple of them. We lost them. We lost Little Caesars as well. But we lost some great Peruvian restaurants. We had some great Peruvian food out here. I mean, there's still a couple left, but there was one that was like right before the pandemic, before the COVID. We were ordering from them all the time. Then they shut down. We're like, where they went? And they moved a little bit closer to us for a while, and we were getting food from them. Loved it, but they shut down after COVID. And then we lost one of my favorite pizzeria, Vinny out there. But before I go any further, I just got to put some special thanks out there. I have to thank all the lawyers that were involved in this case, from Lou to Neil to Richard. You guys were fantastic on there. I also want to thank my real estate agent from Keller Williams. This is not an advertisement, but these are people that helped us. Jeanette Rasmussen, fantastic real estate agent. If you're out here in New York, you need a good real estate agent. Keller Williams and Jeanette Rasmussen, really, really good. Also, the boys over at Piece of Cake Moving. You guys are fantastic. You did a great job in the move. You've packed the desks and everything, the equipment, everything that needed to go, the TV and all that, the beds, everything that needed to go. You packed it nicely, put it on the truck, got it here. It took a while, but because it was a bit of a haul. But the thing about it is, they did it. They did it within a good price. We were highly satisfied. Now, for those of you in the United States, Piece of Cake, like I said, this is just as a suggestion. It's not an advertisement, but Piece of Cake is all over the country. You might want to look into it. This is something that I haven't been paid by them or anything to that nature, but Piece of Cake Moving, really, really good. I want to thank them. I want to thank the management company that brought us into here. I can't mention the name because that would identify where we at exactly. But basically, it's to the point where we're happy. We're really, really happy. Now we just got to furnish the place. We just got to furnish the place. We got to set up the Madman Cafe. We got to set up this studio. I got furniture. I got to order for this room. I guess some shelving and stuff like that. I haven't even unpacked my printer yet. The printer and stuff like that. Everything is loose right now. Loose and wide, loosey goosey. I haven't really rushed too fast with this. For the only reason is we're just exhausted. We're mentally, physically exhausted to the whole situation. And we're just trying to get back in line, which we're starting to. We're just starting to. And there's a lot more that we have to do with this. We still have paperwork. We're still filing right now for the ownership on this place, because we own it right straight out. This is our studio. This is literally ours. We bought it. And I'm gonna take a little water. Ran out of juice. Good water. But where was I? I'm lost. Yeah, outright, there's so much that we need to buy, and that's going to take some time. There's some things when we walked into this place we already had. And there's some great things on here. Great bathroom, by the way. Shower's fantastic on here. My first shower here was just put me to sleep when I went to bed, because we had one of those, like, see, the thing is, the renovation on here wasn't done by us. It was done by somebody else. And this is why we chose it. This place was completely renovated from stem to stern. There are little issues here and there. It's cosmetic. We can fix it. Like the file setup here was the old file setup, which was literally that if you in a file's territory, the old file setup is they used to stick that big panel in the wall. They drill it into the wall. They put all the equipment in there, the battery backup and stuff like that. They still had it here. The guy says, "Do you want this gone?" I said, "Yeah." The old color of the walls is going to show. I said, they left me enough paint to do that, so we'll take care of that then. So he took it out, wired it good. The second tech came in and he said, "Wow, you did a great job rewiring directly into the front area." And for those just tuning in, welcome to you. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot going on. It's a lot. And hopefully you'll stay with us. Subscribe, like, share. There's a lot coming in. I mean, we're on multiple social media platforms, So, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're here. And we're in other places. We're on Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute. You can catch us there as well. Now, once we get some of this done, we're going to bring in other people. We have some other people in mind. Hopefully, they will agree to join with us to this situation because it's a lot. It's a lot to do, for one person. I mean, there are some people out there that can do it. It's a lot for me, but I make sure I do it every day because one of the major things about this channel is that, when we grab our stories, especially the New York stuff. Since I'm in New York, I do have friends in certain places, and I'm able to pull some information when needed on there. And I do have a reporter friend or two. And basically, we know who we can get around and talk to. And then also we have a lot of YouTubers out there that, some of them we converse with. Culture Casino is, hey, you're watching Culture. We talk with him. We talk with other people on there. We try to get together and see, what's going on. Because there's a lot. There's a lot going on. And one thing about the Man with the Show, we try to stick with stories that not so many people are talking with. For example, the socialist one, we have the Spain, the Me TV stuff. Now people are kicking on to the other YouTubers are talking about Me TV these days because Me TV, if you haven't caught Me TV yet, it is a great channel. Me TV Plus, and now they're going to be Me TV 2. You're going to have classes. They just released their schedule. And there's a lot of great cartoons that are coming to that channel. They said Challenge of the GoBots, a lot of the Scooby-Doo stuff, a lot of the Hanna-Barbera, Tom and Jerry, MGM stuff. There's a whole plethora, of cartoons that are coming. And it's part of the Me TV family. Between Me TV, Tubi TV, which we go to the other end of that, like I said earlier, they're about to overtake. They're going to be overtaking in the streaming wars over Disney. Think about that for a minute. That basically Disney is losing straight out, and they're dropping. So is Hulu. Hulu is dropping in the Nielsen ratings. Like I said, the new ratings should be out soon. Should be out any day now. And basically, we're probably going to see Tubi up there. Because I tell you something, people will watch a junky horror film or action film on Tubi TV rather than watch a certain Disney show. X-Men 97, what didn't do that well? You ask yourself, did you watch it? Yeah, I watched it. It was okay. There were a lot of things that, they were all, in a way, they were all over the place. I mean, the action was good and stuff like that. But the storytelling was just literally, they just took a dozen comics and just slapped them together. Now, will I watch season 2? I don't know. It depends because the show, it's not going to be the same showrunner unless he already did season 2 and all they got to do is release it. But and the thing about it is, the only thing that's keeping a lot of people in the Disney Plus is the classic stuff, classic X-Men, classic Disney product. And the thing about it is, if you watch the old Zorro black and white series, there's like warnings on it. They're getting like these warnings on these TV shows and movies. They're just going overboard. They're doing it on The Godfather. They're doing it on Goodfellas. They're doing it on what was it the other day that I saw? An episode of Law and Order. Law and Order got a couple of them. Let me see. There was another show. I'm trying to remember the other show. not Columbo. I think it was Chico and the Man to that situation. It was one. I think I saw one on Space 1999. Don't remember the episode, but they just keep stopping and saying, "Well, we have to apologize for the." Don't apologize. It's entertainment. People will watch things, no matter how old it is, what kind of content it is. I've been waiting for them to start throwing them on a lot of the black exploitation movies. Like Coffee. Um, and many of the other movies on the like all the Pam Grier movies, if they haven't done it yet. The Bruce Lee movies. Have they will they be doing it on that? And the other half of this, and again, when they say people need to leave, the thing is they're getting that what I've been listening lately to a lot of other people say. When it comes to making movies, making TV series, they said, well, you can't make this show today. Bullshit. Because there was a time and place that they did push situations like this. It was called the Hays Code. Look it up. And the thing about it is with the Hays Code, there was, you don't do this, don't do that. And a lot of people went around that. As soon as the Hays Code was made unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, and it switched into the MPAA, which is not currently the MPAA, which that needs to go now too, because we're in Hays Code 2.0 now, is as soon as the Hays Code was over, it took about another 10 years, something like that, as we got into like the 60s and 70s. When we got into the 70s, there was an explosion of content. There was an explosion of movies, TV series. I mean, the first movie to ever say the word fuck was released. Do you know which one it was? It was MASH. The original MASH movie, if you haven't seen that. Yes, the first F-U-C-K came from MASH. Most people don't realize that. And the thing about it is, look at all the great product. And you talk to the 70s, you talk to the 80s, and into the 90s. You have a lot of great movies, even with Disney. Disney had their good and bad, MGM good and bad, Paramount, and then now you look today. It just literally have become trash. And then they put all these, like I said, they put all these trigger warnings on here, and they tell you can't make a Blazing Saddles, you can't make this movie, you can't make this TV, you can't make it All in the Family today. Why? Explain to me why that you can't do it. And you say to yourself, well, because of the way the politics on that. Bullshit. Never stopped anyone from making All in the Family. It never stopped anyone from making The Jeffersons and all the shows Norman Lear made. It never stopped anyone from making all those action films, all those horror films, all those dramas, all the variations, which they keep saying, well, we don't have enough of this minority. We don't have enough gay people in this. But there were. Same thing with the comic book industry. They say, well, we didn't have enough of this, and we didn't have enough. No, it was there. It was always there. You have people who just don't like the product. Okay? They don't like the product. Sorry to move around. Like I said, this chair is uncomfortable. They don't like the product. So they're going to criticize the product. These are the same people that were criticizing during the pre-code era. This was in the 30s, the silent era, and going into the talkies. Look up the pre-code movies. Look at what they were giving us then. And they considered that heinous. They considered the looks on that. And you look at that and you're like, she's showing a little leg. She's in her lingerie. It's not too different than an average PG movie. You know, there was no, not there was some nudity. There was some nudity on there, and they tried to get rid of that all, which they're trying to do again now. You know, this is why they're trying to get rid of the adult films. And the thing about it is, they're disguising that. And I'll tell you this, they're disguising that. Look at a lot of the bills that are being pushed out, the age verifications and all that. Read them. Read them from first page to last. You will always hear them. They'll throw in porn, but they will also mention adult content. Now, lately, a lot of these guys have been saying, well, adult content means porn. No. If you look at the real definition, adult content means any content of entertainment purposes, whether it's a newspaper, book, movie, radio show, anything of that nature that is geared for anyone 18 and over. Remember that. This is what they want to do. They want to take away from that. They want to bring, this is why I say this is Hays Code 2.0. Because of that. You know, these are the things people are not talking about. Like I said, when they say it can't be made right, you can't make that. And you say, yeah, you can. Today, if anything, today more than ever, with the technology we have today, look at where I'm right now. I haven't pulled out my cameras. I'm using my phone right now. Look at the quality of this. This is a standard Samsung phone. This is one of the latest, 25. And just look at the quality. Think about how you could do that with, say, making a TV show, making a movie. The same thing with an iPhone. And you may say to yourself, well, you know, I need to edit on that. There are a lot of free editing services. I use DaVinci Resolve. If you're going to be in this business, go get DaVinci Resolve. They didn't pay me to say it. Go get it. You'll find out why it is one of the best editing systems. And the thing about it is, they have a free version. There is a free version of this particular program. Now you may say to yourself, well, they must have cut a lot out. No, actually, you get to do a lot. In a free version, there's a lot in there. You can edit an entire movie between the shading, the audio. You know, I think what does it hold? Over 100 tracks? 100 tracks you can do. Now they have you can do graphics, titles, and stuff like that in there now. There's a lot more coming. I mean, I know DaVinci 19 is in beta 3 right now. And one of the major things I think they were saying is you could take a piece of music, like a song or something like that, and remove the vocals directly from it. Or say you just want to run the drums, the percussions, or anything like that just by themselves. You can do that. That's something that's coming. Now, I don't know exactly how it works. I'm just getting the spot-on looks on it. But basically, you know, this is something that, you know, been doing for quite some time that DaVinci has been building. And they have their own equipment. I mean, right now, I have a switcher. Got a switcher. I have a switcher for this program when we do live feeds and stuff like that. Once we get that hooked up, we'll figure out how to get that running on either StreamYards or eMux or whatever we're going to do it on. Because we're still figuring that out. There's so much technical that it has to do. It's not like in our old days of public access, which we just ran a line to Manhattan Cable TV, which is now Spectrum. Back then it was like Manhattan Cable TV, then it became Time Warner. Was it Time Warner? Yeah, it was Time Warner at that time period. And, you know, we just there were studios that were available to us. We paid a fee. All the equipment was there. We were taught. I gotta thank the guys like Brian Elba, James Claddock, many others, the late Richard Concepcion, William Holhauser. Many of them taught me. They gave me an education in this business. And this was when I was in high school. I was learning this business. And we didn't have the non-linear, and it was all equipment. You had to have like 2 VCRs, a controller, two TVs, and a master TV. You had to have all that equipment just to edit. And the thing is, the way we edited back then, it was almost a cut and paste with VHS tapes. It was a weird time period for that. I'll tell you that. It was a prehistoric days on that, and you look to that. You look back and you say to yourself, "Man, those were great times," because we created some great shows then. We were the precursor before YouTube. Public access. And it's still around. So I think it's the M&M network. I think you go mnm.org. You can catch some of the shows there. They're not as good ever since the city took over because it used to be independent through the cable company. Then the city took it over, and they just blasted it. You had to take a course, and you had to be qualified by their standards. With us, we learned it on the fly, and we got taught. We got taught by guys who knew what they were doing. Most of them are still alive. Some of them have passed away. And some of the people who worked with us, they went on to work for ESPN. They went to work at in film. They do movies these days. A friend of mine, David Shifter, he's doing movies. He's done movies with many different actors, low budget stuff, some stuff good, some stuff B-rated movies, stuff you see by Roger Corman in a way. Another man who basically taught people, and that's the thing. Some people criticize Roger Corman for his films, but you have to remember, Roger Corman taught Hollywood. People don't realize that. You look at the people that worked with Roger Corman back in the days in all these movies, and what they went on to do. How many Oscars came out of that from great directors? You can go down a whole list, of directors, special effects people, and all that. Well, we're getting to the hour point. As I said before, I want to thank everybody for staying with us. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe, like, share this. We really do appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be able to do another live feed soon and let you catch up on what's going on. But mostly, like I said, we got a lot of videos this week. We're starting to get back into the rotation again. So you'll start to see at least Monday through Thursday. We're going to try to expand into Friday. We'll keep Saturday and Sunday open probably for live feeds like this. We'll see what happens at this point. But like I said, do stay with us. If you wish, also if you check on our channel here, if you wish to donate to us, there is a PayPal available also. If you want to throw a couple bucks in, hopefully we will get super chats put into this soon. Hopefully on that, that's coming up. So, thanks for tuning in, folks. Thank you. Really taking this little moment. If you're watching this on a replay, thank you also for watching this on the replay. So we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Hopefully you'll be able to catch some of the great content we will be producing in the next couple of years. Next couple of months, there's going to be a lot that's going to be going on. Once we get this set, there's going to be a lot going on. So until next time, Thank you for tuning in, and adios. See ya.